Guys, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 just got 1,000 times better. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So, Jerry Rig Everything, you already know on his channel, we love this guy. He posted a video of tearing down the Galaxy Z Flip 5. And why is that important? Because normally I would not look at a teardown video or even talk about one. Because, yeah, it's cool to see a phone torn down. But 99.99999%, almost 100% of phones, when you tear them down and they're foldable or flippable and they have this inside display that is just one screen, they're broken after you tear down the display. They're broken after you tear down the phone. You're not able to recover the phone because, again, how delicate that inside display is with the plastic, it's just, you can't recover it. I mean, you take it off and it's going to break and you have to either replace it or the phone's destroyed. Which means repairing these phones, or of course the longevity of these phones, is almost impossible, right? Because, again, if they break, they break. The inside display breaks, it's GG. The Z Flip 5 has changed that. You can take off the inside display and put it back on, first off, and the inside display will not be broken. But there's a second thing. The second thing about these phones when it comes to longevity is replacing the battery. Another thing that, again, before the Z Flip 5, you couldn't do it. These batteries are glued into the phone. Well, Samsung did it again. They aced it yet again. Now they have pull tabs on the battery for the Z Flip 5. So you can replace the battery, replace the inside display, and not break the phone. Now, Jerry Rig Everything, obviously, listen, he's a professional. He knows what he's doing, right? But he shows right here how, and by the way, he did this for Z Flip 3 and 4, and both phones' inside display broke the second he did it. So he takes off the outside bezels, and this is how you have to actually, do this if you want to go ahead and take off the inside display. He does go ahead and pull off the screen protector, which, to be honest, kind of got me a little anxious, I'll be honest with you, because I'm like, that inside screen protector, I know Samsung tells you not to take it off. There's a reason why, by the way, because obviously it's an extra layer of protection on your actual phone. It's also very sticky and very, pretty much glued down to the under display. And if you pull it off, and for some reason you pull it off too quickly or in the wrong angle, you can actually break your under display. So, that's why you don't do it. But anyway, though, he does show that it's as, fragile as the outside one is. So, the screen protector with or without is still the same fragility. Now, when he gets to taking off the inside display, obviously, like always, again, he does it with every single Z Flip device, he takes a razor blade and puts it underneath of the display. Now, the reason why is because he's trying to get the adhesive layer off the under of the display. Now, again, I know this looks kind of crazy, but this is how you remove glass or foldable glass or anything. You got to get underneath and pry it off. Surprisingly enough, he does actually end up killing, I think, like 3 pixels, he says in this. There's 3 million pixels on this display. He kills like 3 pixels, which gives that white line right here. And it actually does end up recovering later, I believe. Yeah, so not recovering, but it somewhat goes back to normal. Some of the pixels do come back. And this is, again, like I said, he takes it off, right? And again, just keep in mind, guys, we have never seen a flippable, foldable phone where the inside display, once you take this off, 99.9% of the time, it breaks. It's GG. You took it off, congratulations. That inside display is useless, throw it away, it's broken. This is still usable. He actually ends up turning it off. You see now there's just a pink line because all these pixels actually recovered and they're actually now usable again. But he ended up having to turn it off, which even he said his surprise that he didn't think we'd have to do this because he think the inside display would just break. It's not. And this is completely now detached from the actual phone and just held on by a ribbon cable. So the inside display, again, actually survives. The outside display, he was kind of hesitant about it too, thinking that it might break. Somehow, some way, it does not end up breaking in this. He's able to get it off and actually show both of them working with them being disconnected. Obviously, still ribbon cable connecting them. And again, this might sound like it's small to you and not that big of a deal. Guys, this is such a huge W. When it comes to foldable, flippable phones, for longevity purposes, the biggest issue has been, well, you can't repair them. You can't, fix them. If something goes wrong, you're crapped out of luck. Or go send it to Samsung, spend $100, but you can't fix them yourself. And what happens if you're outside your warranty? You can't do anything. Obviously, that's why a lot of people say, like, oh, well, these iPhones or, Galaxy S phones, you can actually repair them. And that's, like, the biggest thing. We now are seeing a foldable, flippable phone that can be repaired. Which, again, is just pushing the industry forward. And this is pushing the technology forward. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this. Pull tabs on the battery. Again, I know it might sound stupid, and you might be like, all phones have pull tabs on the battery? No. No flippable, foldable phones ever had. And the reason why is because they just glue them down straight to the device because they don't really see a reason to put pull tabs on them, right? Because at the end of the day, if you take the phone off, you take the screen off, you're probably breaking the phone anyway, right? So what's the point of even having that doing that? There was no point. Well, now, because this phone can actually be repaired and actually have the front inside display taken off, and again, the battery removed, both batteries with pull tabs can be removed and put back with adhesive, because before, with the batteries, if you wanted to get that off, the battery, replace the battery, you had to literally pry it from the body of the phone. Pull tabs, you just pull it and it pops right off. Before, you had to pry it from the phone, and most likely you're going to destroy that battery, which again, if you're replacing anyway, you might say, oh, it's not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal, except for the fact that if you are trying to get that off and digging to the phone, chances are you might end up messing up the phone or hitting something or breaking something. So again, this is just a seamless process now, where you just simply pull the tab and bam, the battery comes right on out, which again, such a huge W for Samsung. Just like that, just pulls right off. Another thing that's interesting he talks about is the hinge actually now has gears in it. So before it didn't have gears, now it has gears. So that's not an interesting thing. But yeah, you can see he just pulls the battery right out. Your battery doesn't work? Bam. Pop in a new battery and everything is okay. Love this. So again, like I said, Samsung, I have been saying how much I love the Galaxy Z Flip 5, how much of a W this phone actually is, and why you should pick it up. This right here is another reason. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, I'm never going to repair this for myself or ever get it repaired. Okay, but this is pushing the industry forward to one day we're going to be able to repair these a lot easier and a lot better and create longevity with these devices. Again, like I said, it might seem small, minuscule, not a big deal. It is for longevity of phones. Definitely is. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.